everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another cook with me. Well, today we're doing some party prep. I'm going to be making two kinds of fudge, which will be used some at the party, but mostly it is my hostess gift for the people who attend. If you remember, a couple of weeks ago we made those boxes by folding paper. Well, those boxes are going to hold a little selection of fudge for my guests when they leave. So today this is Sunday when I'm recording this. The party is Tuesday. But let me just give you a little bit of a look-see of what it is that I'm working with right now. Hold on just 1 second. Okay, here's my stove. And as you can see, it's part stove, part tabletop. Because to the right of the stove is my hot plate, crock pot, and some bowls. This is my hot food area where we will have one pan with macaroni and cheese, another pan with Italian hot sandwiches, and the crock pot with barbecue beans. So that's over here. And on this side we have what will be the bar. It's not very extensive, it's not a big drinking crowd, and people have to go to work the next day, some of them. But we'll have the opportunity for a couple of cocktails. And then down this way you can see there's the tree we made. The tablecloth is in the laundry and getting ready to be put back on. Over this side we have an additional table, card table and chairs. And here's my kitchen counter, which normally would have not much on it, but this is the products I'll be using for peanut butter fudge, the 3 pies, and I'm doing mini pies. So I'm doing blueberry, cherry, and apple. Beans are in the back there. And on this side, this is going to be, when it's set up, will be the dessert end. And following this way over here, this will be the appetizer section. And so you see I'm just stacking up things with the exception of my pork loin for dinner. These things are all going to be used for appetizers. And over here will be the sandwich table. And we'll have 3 or 4 kinds of sandwiches: chicken salad, ham salad, roll-ups, and the hot Italian sandwich. And then we'll have some coleslaw and the bags of potato chips. So it sort of is like cooking in amongst all of this goodies for right now. So now I'm going to take you back and we're going to get busy making the first of our 2 fudges. We'll make some chocolate fudge. Be back when I get you down to the stove. Okay, I'm going to start with the ingredients for the chocolate fudge. We're going to start with 1½ cups of sugar. One. And 1/2. Then we're going to have 2 tablespoons of butter, 2/3 of a cup of canned milk. Make sure you shake canned milk very well before you open it. That's 2/3 of a cup. And to that, the last ingredient that we have for right now is 1/4 teaspoon of salt. In the back, I have my pans ready. And they are 8x8 pans that I have lined with aluminum foil. I have 2 of them ready. This is on currently medium, and that's where it's supposed to be. And we're going to be stirring this a lot. And let me show you on this plate here, I have 1.5 cups of chocolate chips and 2 cups of the mini marshmallows, and they will go in after this has boiled. Once this reaches a nice rolling boil, we're going to boil it for about 4 to 5 minutes. So I will set my timer once it has done that. And we're on a medium heat. I'm on about, turn it up just a bit, be to 5. Usually 10 is considered high. So we're going to start by just getting this sugar melted and bringing this up to a boil. And I'll bring you back once we're up to the boil. You can see it's beginning to come to a boil. It's not really what we'd call a good rolling boil yet. Almost. I would say we're there now. And let me set my timer. Okay, I've set my timer for 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm going to keep on stirring. And I'm going to bring you back when we're ready for the next step. But when you see me again, the pan will be off the heat because I have to move the camera and I won't have time to move it once I am busy taking this off the heat. So we'll just keep stirring away here for another 4 minutes. And yet you're stirring so that none of this burns to the bottom. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, we have 40 seconds left on the timer, and you can see it's a different consistency than it was. It's a little bit thicker and smoother. You can't see too much now because I've moved the camera so you'll be able to see us when we're doing the next step. 29 seconds. I can feel that it has gotten considerably thicker than it was before. 6. I'm going to shut the heat off because you know with the electric stove it stays hot, and it is done. All right, we're moving it off. Now what we're going to do is add the marshmallows and the chocolate chips. And it says to stir it vigorously until this all melts. And it should take about a minute. The chocolate is pretty much melted already. The marshmallows are still working at it, you can see. getting there. When you're making fudge, the one thing you need to remember, or one of the things you need to remember, is to get everything ready before you get started, because you don't have time to get any of it ready once it's going. Okay, I think we're done. How many of you used to get the fudge pan to scoop out and eat? That used to be the favorite part. My mother would make fudge. I think I can get one more scoop out of here. Okay. Push it into the corners. Try to get it as even as possible. All right, now that's going to chill. Probably take a couple of hours. And then we'll be back when it's time to cut it. Now I'm going to get this kitchen cleaned up a little bit, and we'll be back to do the peanut butter fudge. So hang in there, be back in a couple. Okay, here we go. You know the drill. This one is going to be 2 cups of sugar. And 1/2 cup of milk. And this is regular whole milk. It also calls for a little vanilla. And then we stir. And this is going to come to a rolling boil. And we're going to boil it for 3 minutes. It feels so gritty when you first start, and by the time you're taking it off, it's so smooth, and there's no grit because all the sugar has dissolved. Mr. Robert got the scrapings from the first batch off the pan. Now you'll have to wait for the scrapings of this one. Then we're going to take this off and we're going to add 12 ounces of peanut butter. Now, I'd never heard of a 12-ounce jar of peanut butter, but the one I have was 16 ounces, so I used my scale and put 12 ounces on a paper plate. And then it calls for 7 ounces of marshmallow fluff, and I believe the bottle is 7.5 ounces, but I'm not going to worry about that because I'm sure there'll be half an ounce stuck to the sides of the bottle once we get it out. And you could add nuts to any of these once they come off the stove when you're putting the other things in it. But I know my son doesn't like nuts in anything. Actually, neither one of our kids do. And so there may be other people who don't care for it either, so I'm just going to leave it plain. All right, I'll bring you back once we get it going. Okay, we're at 30 seconds and counting. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to try and get this entire jar of marshmallow out. That's pretty well got it. Along with my peanut butter. And we shall stir this vigorously until everything melts. And this one gets to be very difficult to stir. You see it's beginning to change color. Can you see at all? See the peanut butter is beginning to melt. I think we're pretty well stirred in. Okay. And you can see how quickly that gets thick. So you don't have time to play around. What's your favorite fudge? I'm partial to peanut butter fudge. See if I can get this as even as possible. Okay, there we go. Ready to cool. All right, they'll both be cooling, and I'll bring you back in a couple of hours when it's time to cut it. See you then. Okay, we're ready to cut. I'm going to do this at the table. Start by taking this out. Pulling back the foil. Okay. Now I have these little candy cups, which I had the devil's own time finding. I got them at Hobby Lobby. Now if we can get them apart, we'll be all set. I think they're the kind that have a paper one. Oh no, they're all metal. And I'm not going to make you watch me put them all in here, but that is how I'm going to package them. So that it's not just being put against the paper that we folded. Gracious. I thought I had just a couple. They just keep, it's the gift that keeps on giving here. Okay, so here's how we're going to cut it. And let me get these out of the way. I'm going to start, and I'm left-handed, so I have to turn this, cutting it right down the middle. Okay, and I'm going to cut each of those halves in half. Then I'm going to cut each of these in half. Okay. I'm going to turn my board and do it all over again. Right down the middle. in half. And in half. And those are nice little pieces. It's just a one mouthful type of thing. But you know, that's really all you need. This is a sweet confection. You don't need too much. All right. They all held together lovely. So they will go in these little papers. And I think probably about, maybe 10 pieces in each one of those papers. Sorry if you hear a noise, my bread machine is going. Now I'm going to store these in here, covered for now. I'm not going to put them in the boxes until Tuesday. So we'll just continue putting them in the little containers. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to give you a taste test on this. That's too many points for me. But I think you're probably pretty good at guessing what nice chocolate fudge tastes like. It's nice and creamy feeling. And we'll just store them all in here for now. And then come Tuesday, you'll just have to take them out, put them in the little boxes. Oop. Almost one down. So let me see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 64 pieces from one pan. That's a good amount. So, okay, so I'm going to continue doing this. I'm not going to make you watch me cut the peanut butter one. It cuts exactly the same. Because we had two of the same size pans. And I'll take a picture of it when it's all in the box. And you can see. In fact, I think I'll have more than one layer. The way these are going. All right, I'll see you, let's see, Wednesday for some kind of craft. Don't know what it'll be because it's the day after the party. But we'll get something going. So until I see you on Wednesday, everybody have a great afternoon. Stay warm, stay dry, stay cool, whatever it is you need. And everybody play nice now. Love ya. Bye.